Hello, hello, and good morning. I am here with Miss Lily, who is happily enjoying some blueberries right now. So if you hear the noises of appreciation in the background, and that's my air mattress in the background, I hope you enjoy that one too. My daughter got it from the garage and has been enjoying playing with it, and I did need to take it down because of redoing the room that it was in and having my table set up in the front room. And again, I share a lot. Anyways, I feel like she'll get mad at me if I put it back in the garage, so it is hanging out there in case she wants to blow it back up. So, I know the science video, I promise it is still coming. Hopefully I'll get to it this week. It's just sometimes when other things pop up in the moment, that's what I want to share. But I know you guys keep asking me to explain this whole, what do you mean science isn't real thing? I know, I'll get there, I promise. But I know that's important because we base so much importance on scientific proof, scientific research. So this one though came to me this morning in the shower. It's almost always the hall shower too, that hall bathroom. Apparently that's just where I can listen the best. It doesn't even come when I'm in the bathroom in my room, which I can't use that shower right now because the tile is falling down. All right, Lily, let's see if I can fill that up with some vegetables instead for you. So that's where I was saying I got the name for my physical therapy business, and just that's where an amazing aha moment came to me yesterday, relating to my business, and a check came in the mail and it was made out incorrectly. I'm gonna air quote that, incorrectly to my old business name instead of made payable directly to me, which is actually what it says on the legally filed lien. So it's like, that really should never have been the case. And so I can get all frustrated and I can get all huffy, and this is Lily's. She doesn't like waiting while I fill up food. So how about if I give you a spoonful? Yes, while you wait. And so it's made out incorrectly, and I actually did not catch that before taking it to the bank, because I wasn't meant to, right? And then they pointed it out, and then I was like, oh, okay, like, that was made out incorrectly. So then I'm all frustrated, and I'm like, universe, I feel like you're telling me I need to create my old business name, because I still have, like, a couple of accounts payable in the works, and I'm like, but I don't know how to do that. That's old, under the old EIN, under the old LLC. That LLC technically, has Dave's name on it, my ex-husband, and I'm like, I don't get it, right? And I feel like you're trying to tell me that I need to create this and in a bank account with that name on it, and I am completely lost and don't understand what you mean. And it just, that aha moment of create the DBA, the doing business as. You're not meant to go back and use the old LLC by any means, but create a DBA. And I was like, I don't want to create an LLC. I don't want to take that time. I guess I can pay somebody to do it. And then I was like, wait, can I do a DBA just under my soch? Like, I don't have employees right now. I don't need an LLC right now. Like, if the time comes, I'll listen and I'll do it. But can I just do it and do my DBA am I doing business as right now? And I Googled it. Love Google. Says I can. So I need to do it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's what you're trying to tell me. That's why this check came in the mail, ran out incorrectly. Like, so I could get frustrated, right? And I briefly did, but then it's like you snap out of it and you're like, wait, there's a reason for this. So, just like the cyclical challenge, I could sit there and play the woe is me. Why am I still attracting the same guys? Why am I still attracted to that? Why did I think this guy was cute? Or I can be like, the universe is just seeing, like, hey, are you ready? Like, are you done with this yet? Like, did you learn the lesson? You know, just like a little friendly reminder. And it's really helping me see that I need to practice and work on communication. Because there was definitely some miscommunication between us. And on my end, it was my fault, for sure. And when I, quote, ended things via text, again, like, how mature am I? 38. I'm just going to say, you know, via text. He actually asked if we could do it over, like, if he could call me, could chat. I was like, oh, that's very healthy. That's very mature. Touche. So it's been a really, really good learning experience. Again, not gonna play the woe is me, but look at it from how cool it is from what I've come from and what I still have to look forward to and what I can work on to get to where I want to be. And, so anyways, this morning in the shower, this one came to me. And this one just goes kind of hand in hand with what I talk about honoring our soul's journey and honoring other people's soul's journey. It doesn't mean we have to allow abusive treatment, toxic treatment, unhealthy treatment, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't mean you have to allow people to treat you a way that you don't like. It doesn't mean you have to stay friends with those people, stay in a relationship, friendship, partnership, marriage. It doesn't mean that. But what it means is honoring other people because they're here to have a human experience too. And it's not on me to try to change them or force this human experience that they're trying to have because this is what I had and now I want them to have it. It's about honoring and loving them for really, truly where they're at. And yeah, you say that one and then you say names like Adolf Hitler and Ted Bundy and, you know, all the stuff. And you're like, well, how am I supposed to honor their... So, the thing that came to me is, you know, lately, I feel like a lot of maybe the stuff that I've been looking at online or, you know, the videos and stuff that I follow, not necessarily shaming, but saying, you know, kind of putting down like the pharmaceutical companies. This is actually going to be a little toot of their horn. Like, if we think about the fact that everything is a placebo, that if, and I know maybe this I'll go into more with the science one, right? But if you look at everything as a placebo and you say, well, I'm going to take this medication because the doctor told me it's going to help with my autoimmune disorder, my high blood pressure, my cold hands and feet, I'm going to use, oh my goodness, right? Cancer treatment. What's it called? The stuff. Chemo. Thank you. Chemo, radiation. Because the doctor said this is going to work. And, you know, from what I see, what people say, it might make me really sick. But if it gets rid of the cancer, then it's worth it. And there's been a lot of shaming about that stuff and trying to encourage people not to use pharmaceuticals and to figure it out the natural way. And it dawned on me that some of the people saying this are then the people putting their glasses on. Putting their glasses on, putting their contacts in. I wear glasses, I wear contacts. I have contacts in right now. I cannot see without them. For me, when I put them in, I can see. Cool. You brainwashed me. It worked. I can magically see now that I have these random, I don't even know what they're made out of, on my eyes. And does it keep falling? There you go. And it's just one of those things where it's like, when you think about it, the glasses are the exact same. Trying to help get her food. Maybe I should move her a little closer so y'all can see how cute she is when she eats. No. The entirety of, oh man, it's still not close enough. Of course, I did the video up and down. So the only way I think I can do this is if I move it back. And then I'm just going to be a little further away from y'all. But even then, my goodness, we are just, it does not seem like we're this far apart. It just, you know, when you think about it, the glasses are legit the same as that medication. You are experiencing an altered state of health. I don't want to say like you're sick or anything like that, but you're experiencing a challenge, an altered state. And you choose to use something because it helps you. Now, I do believe, I don't know what they are yet, but I do believe there's ways to heal eyesight naturally. You know, you look at Louise Hay and it's, you know, re-brainwashing yourself, saying certain affirmations to yourself. You look at Joe Dispenza, who talks about people that are, you know, that are come to his week-long seminars blind and they walk away being able to see. You know, there's something really there. And if that is meant to be your experience and you're meant to heal from that in that manner. I'm eating soup for breakfast, by the way. I like dinner items for breakfast, and it's really rainy out. When it's really cloudy and rainy out, and just soup seemed like a perfect thing to eat on a really rainy day. So she loves food so much. She's just like me in that aspect. I love her joy of food. I love the noises of appreciation she makes. But, you know, we don't shame that person for putting their glasses on. And, you know, I do think Louise Hay might be onto something when she talks about why people experience certain things. It just might not be that specific reason for everybody. But, you know, as I've talked about, I did grow up in a very, in my opinion, abusive, unhealthy environment, watching my mom get the crap beat out of her. A lot. So physical abuse, verbal abuse, emotional abuse, right? All of it to where I thought the word creation was actually a bad word. And I do talk about a lot of things that could be triggering. I was going to say trigger warning. I don't tend to do that on here. I guess I just kind of assume if you are on my channel and something comes up that is triggering for you, I hope it gives you the opportunity to look at why. Yeah. And again, if it does, and if not, if it triggers you, I don't know. So, but, growing up, my dad would call my mom names during the rage, including Croatian, slime bucket. I don't know if I can say the B word on YouTube. I don't know. BITCH. To where I literally thought that the word Croatian was actually a bad word. And again, the whole labeling of words, good and bad. And so I started wearing glasses at the age of 8. That is also when my dad sobered up. The abuse by no means stopped, but I will say it did lessen when he was not drinking. The outbursts of rage were not as intense. So, I could see my eyesight becoming poor from the stress of that environment, maybe not wanting to see what was in front of me, and, physically making it so that I couldn't see what was going on in front of me. Is that same abuse happening? No. Do I still wear contacts and glasses now? Yeah. Like, my human existence has been like, oh, well, you need these to see, so I now need them to see. And nobody has ever shamed me for that. Nobody has ever made me question. Nobody has ever said, oh, you're just putting a Band-Aid on it. Like, you should be healing that. Same thing with hearing. And Joe Dispenza talks about deaf people. Dr. Joe is just such a huge inspiration. I know him, and he's definitely one of the people I would geek out to meet in person. I talk about some of those people, and I've been geeking out about the fact that Wayne Dyer has been communicating with me, like, cause, oh my goodness, like, what a huge name, and I feel so honored. And, so, Joe Dispenza talks about how people in his week-long retreats that came in deaf can hear, people that, were wheelchair-bound can walk. There you go. Yay! I know, she wants to do it herself. Let's see. What can I... So, but yet there's a lot of shame with the pharmaceutical company versus, really, they just created something to make people believe that it fixes them, and they did a really good job on it. And that it really does go hand in hand with my science one. And how did they brainwash people? They did a lot of research. There's research. There's trials for these drugs, right? Like, let's do I'm just going to say it because carrots are known for the keratin, helping eyesight. Let's just do a research article that says that carrots and, these 4 specific exercises will heal your eyesight. That'll now be a thing, right? Now, do carrots, I mean, they could make a lot of money now, huh? I'm going to say do carrots and exercises, because you're empowering a person to help heal themselves with the exercises versus something external, make a lot of money? No. So is somebody going to necessarily spend the time and money necessary to conduct these research trials? Probably not, but here's hoping now. And, how cool would it be, and how empowering would it be? But, the drug companies, they do have the money, so they do the research, and then, they have the physical proof that this stuff works. And we'll say cupping, because cupping was a great one. And I use cupping to help with my clients all the time at OS. And it was a woo-woo thing, 100% woo-woo. And I love Anita's terminology on that one. And then all of a sudden, Michael Phelps, this, super famous Olympic swimmer, he goes to do his race, and he's got these cut marks on his back, and I received so many screenshots, so many pictures of the TV that weekend. It was awesome. People are like, hey, you do this to me. Hey, Dr. Jetty does this to me. Hey, I get this done at OS. Hey, this is, and so much backlash. Oh, well, that doesn't work. That is just a bunch of hoo-ha, woo-woo, witchy magic. It does not work. So they actually then took the time and did research to prove that it does work. Now, did I know that it worked all along? Yeah. I've been seeing huge improvements and transformations in my clients for years with it. Years. Listen, she loves it. I love her love of food. And so it's just, maybe the cupping's another Band-Aid that covers something deep down, but that person really truly believes it works for them, therefore it really truly works for them. Does it mean it works for everybody? No. And so we'll use dry needling as an example, because I am certified in things like cupping, gua sha, dry needling, Reiki. I'm a massage therapist, all the things. No. And everybody has something that works for them. So that being said, over-the-counter medication might work for somebody. Are they putting a Band-Aid on it? Am I putting a Band-Aid on whatever it is by wearing glasses and contacts every day? And trust me, that was one of the main ones that I worried about and freaked out about during my NDE, when I just kept hearing, don't put anything on me or in me. Don't put anything on me or in me. Don't put anything on me or in me. Was because I was like, well, what about my tattoos? What about my contacts? What about glasses? What are we talking about here? What about clothes? I freaked the F out, thinking everything external, everything on my body, everything, that touched my body was killing me. I didn't know I was dying, but it was causing the rash. So, it's just one of those things where I think I get triggered with mess. And she hates when I clean her up because she doesn't care. And I always let her know, I know you're fine with this, but Mama is not. So, whatever, I guess I'll let her play in the carrots and stuff for a while. Which is funny because I don't have issues with germs, but yet this, for some reason, triggers me. So, but then I'm aware of it, right? So I don't just immediately freak out and tell her she's messy, she's dirty, I need to clean her. It's I know you're comfortable with it, but I am going to wipe you off before I pick you up because I am uncomfortable with getting food on me. So anyways, let me grab some stuff here. So anyways, all this to say, we do put a lot of shame on medications and how we should be healing stuff naturally, but yet the same person puts on glasses, or, they're not going to shame another person, and they're not necessarily shaming, they're just saying, hey, you're able to heal this naturally. A person who can't hear, who uses hearing aids. Like, there's no shame in that. Like, why do we shame using medications so much? It's really the same thing. And for me, it's just, and who knows, maybe I've said this in the past, this could be like an aha moment. Like, I'm learning and growing on this. This is why I call it my spiritual journey, my spiritual awakening. Like, you're on this journey with me. You've been on this journey with me for the last, how long have I been doing this? 2.5 years. And it's just, I feel like these are little aha moments of helping me get in touch with my true self, my soul, of, just learning how to honor everybody around me, their journey. Like, they're going through it for a reason. Maybe that challenge is something that they chose to come here and go through so that they could overcome it and feel so empowered by overcoming it. Because when you do overcome some of these, like, hurdles, and I can speak for myself, like with leaving the relationships and choosing to be okay with, Lily's dad not being in the picture, and saying, like, no, and that was when I asked him because he was living with us, when I asked him to move out. And I did it for me, and I did it while I was pregnant. And holy crap, did I feel empowered. I felt like a superhero. So maybe I chose to go through that because I knew I would get through it. And I wanted that feeling of accomplishment. And if people don't, if people are here and their role is, they like to stay in the victim state, then okay. If that's your soul's choice and that's what you came here to experience, and maybe it's to help us, other people, learn how to have compassion for them, then okay. But yeah, so I hope that kind of makes some sense. It was just one of those, like, like, I'm sure I've shamed medications, and I know I've said it's putting a Band-Aid on it, and I am 100% doing the exact same thing by putting these contacts in every morning. Because when you have cancer or high blood pressure or whatever, maybe you've tried all the diets, all the exercise, and it just has not worked for you. And it's because you don't know how to, quote, heal it. So instead, or depression, that's a great one. You don't know how to heal it. So you take the medication because it makes you feel better, because you think it's gonna help heal whatever it is, and cool. Do it. Go for it. Don't worry about what other people say. All this stuff is there for us for a reason. Everything just is, right? Like, nothing's good, nothing's bad. These drugs aren't bad. They can be great for a lot of things. Like, I am using the oxytocin nasal spray still. Does that mean that and I've been using it since slightly before getting sick earlier this year, because my milk wasn't letting down for her. And does that mean that I probably have a decrease in my, life force energy, I think is what Anita calls it, and I really like that. Probably. Otherwise, the oxytocin would be flowing and the milk would be letting down a lot sooner, right? Do I know what exactly I need to do to heal that? No. But, like, I know a lot of times when I'm at work, or if I'm out in nature, I usually don't have an issue with it. But, like, middle of the night when she's nursing and I'm asleep and she's been attached for half the night, nursing, and now she's hungry and wants milk to let down, and or she's just been in my nook for half the night and maybe I'm a little touched out and the oxytocin's not flowing, the milk doesn't let down, I use the nose spray. It helps take so much stress off. And that's the thing, it helps take that stress off. Because for me, not using it would be way more stressful, because 10 minutes later, I've got a crying, fussing baby who wants milk, who has not utilized any sort of other avenue for drinking milk, except for my postpartum doula, Rose, the baby whisperer, who is the only one that Lily has taken every type of bottle from, no problem. But she doesn't take it from anybody else. She doesn't take a bottle or a sippy cup or anything yet for me. Still trying to work on that. So her primary source for liquid is breast milk. Nursing, breastfeeding. And so, you know, using that really helps take a lot of stress. Now it's her turn to play around with the wipe and start wiping it. Mm-hmm. Yes, I do that. And so yeah, so, and she's all about throwing stuff on the floor lately, which is just, I know that's a developmental thing, but when you're sitting there picking it up like 20 times, you're just like over it. So anyways, just here to say, like, whatever your choice is for whatever health, you know, hurdle you're experiencing, whatever route you choose, whether it's medication, qigong, yoga, hiking, diet, or food, exercise, whatever it is that you're doing, if it's working for you, do it. Keep doing it. I love you. Have a great day. She threw the wipe over and is now looking to see where it went.